I'm Dionne and welcome to your yoga fix, where we sneak a bit of yoga into your day. Today we are tackling the infamous downward facing dog, which I think can be a little bit misunderstood. Let's get to grips with it. Come onto your hands and knees. Take your knees underneath your hips, shoulders over your wrists, and spread out your fingers, pressing your fingertips into the floor. Tuck the toes underneath and just take a moment to land here, just to feel into this shape. And begin to connect to your breath. And as you hold here, notice whether you have a tendency to kind of drop and sink through the chest, or whether you perhaps press really strongly into the hands and round through the upper back. So you can experiment with that. Perhaps as you notice what happens with the chest, you might think about the head. And essentially just try and find yourself in a somewhat neutral position where you're feeling supported by your bones. It's feeling very easy. And then take your hands just a little bit closer to your knees. And try and feel that sense of distribution through the hands, pressing into the fingertips. And slowly push your bottom towards your heels. And you might notice here that the sense of support changes through the body. There tends to be a lot of attention and awareness that goes through the lower part of the body. And try and keep your arms straight, but also notice the shape of your hands into the mat. And keep trying to distribute that weight really evenly. And then try and relax your head and soften through the chest, so you're gently rounding through the spine. Arms stay straight, fingertips press into the floor. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Trying to feel that the neck is totally relaxed. And then just add a little bit more weight through the hands, keeping the arms straight. So you're pressing into the floor. Maybe some of you can start to feel that the knees will lift away from the ground. So this is a really nice stretch. I often come here at any point in the day when I want to just reconnect, open up any sort of tension through the low back. So breath is really even and steady. There's no tension that's crept up into your neck, so the shoulders are moving away from the ears. Just take one last breath there before releasing the knees to the floor. Slowly come up onto your hands and knees again. Okay, so we're going to do that again and then just add a little bit more. So gently ease your bum towards your heels, arms stay straight, plug your hands into the mat, relax the head and let the spine just totally soften. Press into the hands, knees might lift away from the mat. And do nothing with the upper body, just keep it casual. And then simply start to straighten the legs. So you're trying to keep the upper body really chill. Did I just say chill? Sorry. You can just feel that the hips are lifting up, the legs straightening out. But you're trying to avoid any kind of rounding through the spine or any unnecessary tension through the neck. So the shoulders are kind of moving upwards, away from the ears. The neck is long and even left and right, as well as the back. Front of the throat is soft. Soften your eyes and then take your attention back to your hands. Keep them plugged into the ground, particularly the area around your index finger and your thumb. So add a little bit more weight there. Just a couple more breaths holding here. And don't worry if your heels are away from the ground or if your knees need to stay bent for you to get into the pose. Just try and feel into that weight distribution being somewhat even, and to just allow your bones to support you. Slowly come back onto your knees. Separate the knees wider and then bring your big toes to touch. And then reach your bum towards your heels for child's pose. Walking the hands forward, forehead towards the ground. And if your forehead doesn't reach the ground, you can always make fists with your hands or place something underneath your forehead so that you bring the ground to you. And if your bottom is away from your heels, you can always shove a cushion or a blanket underneath, just to give you that sense of softening. And on your next inhale, slowly come on up. I hope that downward dog felt nice, interesting, maybe offering a slightly different way of moving into it. Let me know how you got on. Peace, peace.